Well, we're looking forward to the Ordination retreat, which starts this afternoon, and we're going to be looking with the ordinands at the Gospel of John and the transformation that Jesus brings as he comes into this world as the Word made flesh, and then what impact that had upon those whom he met and the ministry that he engaged in. And we're going to be looking at several accounts in the Gospel of John over the next 2 or 3 days to help our ordinands prepare for their ministry in the Church of God.
A big part of why I followed God's call for ordination was because of the chaplaincy work that I did at HMP Wymott. Working with the prisoners there was inspirational. The Gospel tells us that we are to work with the most lowly of people. It mentions prisoners. And working with people who were the most spurned and hated by society was just a real gift to me to be able to do that. And I made serious relationships in there with good people. I saw some people who were spiritually much more enlightened than I am. And I was moved to be a priest for those people.
I have to say that I've been really busy and I've loved it. I've really loved it. I actually said last November if I stay a deacon for the rest of my life, if I stay a curate for the rest of my life, I'd be happy. And then slowly but surely something subconsciously begins to tug at you. And for probably the last 6 to 8 weeks, the whole idea of priesthood, and particularly presiding at the Eucharist, that change, which seems from the outside quite a small one, because the ministry that I do won't be that different, but actually is really fundamental to me. And the sense of, once again, feeling unfit for it, feeling unworthy of it, has been profound. I'm really looking forward to going on retreat to get some space and some time.
I was very excited to hear Bishop Jill talking about beacons, because it's something that resonates with me, because in my experience there's people that are just looking for hope in situations of hopelessness, or even just in the everyday struggles of life. And to be someone and part of something that can represent a hope by shining in those places is something that I'm excited to be a part of.
I sort of knew this in theory before I started, but I think one of the things that has really kind of hit home to me over the course of this year has been that it is actually okay to ask for help, and it is okay to come to rely on the people around you. You can't really function without functioning as part of whatever team it is you become a part of. And I mean, I think that's obviously very mirrored in what it is we're there to do in the first place. We're supposed to generate community. We're social creatures. We're part of what we would like to be functionally a Christian family. And so I think it is entirely right that we learn to rely on one another, because where one of us is weak, then other people are strong.
I think one of the extraordinary things about John's Gospel is the way again and again Jesus picks up ordinary broken people and works utter transformation in their lives so they do extraordinary things for him. What's so lovely is that is exactly what we're going to see on Saturday and on Sunday with these ordinations. Ordinary Christian people who've responded to God, who are going to receive the beautiful gift of holy order, and then we'll be able to work transformation back in their homes and their communities. You know, we sometimes forget the gifts that this ordination through the power of the Holy Spirit gives to people. But it does change them, and it does free them up and enable them to live out their Christian faith with real power.
I think you've said that very well, Bishop. Very good.
We understand that there'll be a lot of changes, my wife and I, over the next year, and we are ready for that. It's exciting. There is challenges and tensions within that, but it's something that we're prepared to do. We want to be proactive in that and seek opportunity wherever we can.
So church there's a building, the church building, but church is a people, and it's not just the people who go to church. There's people in Poultney-Fylde who've never been into church, who are scared of the church, who've been hurt by the church. And I want to get out and meet those people and show God's love to those people, and try and open up within their hearts a place where they can begin to explore a relationship with God. And yeah, good work is definitely done in church, but to meet those people, you need to be out on the streets.
I certainly do feel that it's a privilege to be someone who people can talk to about struggles and issues that they have. And it's something that I've found hugely beneficial in my life, and people have been that for me. And it's something that I am keen to do my best at for other people.
Thank you. And afterwards, fasten your seatbelts, because I think the incredible thing is that the more we are filled with God's Spirit, the more we become the people God made us to be. If Jesus was fully man and fully God, then for me, I feared that ordination would make me a pale imitation, a boring person, but actually my experience is that it has released me to be more Jill in increasing ways, really. So I'm looking forward to seeing ordinands in different shapes and sizes and colours and all sorts of backgrounds, taking the gospel of Jesus across Lancashire.
Becoming a priest is absolutely terrifying. There is a gravitas to it. I grew up in the Catholic wing of the Church of England, and the priesthood is such an enormous privilege to share within, and the Eucharist is just one of the most special things one of the most special gifts that the Church has been offered by Christ, and it is overwhelming to think that actually in all that I am not, God has, in some bizarre misapplying of resources, decided that maybe it would be good for me to do that. And the prospect of Saturday looming is quite a powerful one, and quite a humbling one, because there is no way that me or any of us could do this in the strength that we have ourselves. And we will be fully reliant on what it is that God gives us going forward. And I think we could all use all of your prayers.
And so really the focus is, in one sense, on each of these ordinands this weekend, and yet really our main focus is to see them making the focus upon God himself and that great mission that he's called us all to the wonderful people of Lancashire.